Hi, Gator with I Hike Marathons here, and today I'm going to share with you how I plan out what I am going to eat on the trail and how much. So I've hiked and backpacked a lot. I've hiked in Australia. I finished the PCT, the AT, Palmetto Trail, Bartram Trail, um, and done significant chunks of other long trails. So I've had a chance to go out multiple times and really pay attention to like how much I eat and what I eat. And usually, like every trip I go out, I try something a little bit different. What's really lightweight, switch to vegetarian, switch to more vegan styles, switch to cold soaking. So I've tried out lots of methods, but these are different patterns that I have found that overlapped really any of that. Specific patterns that really work for me, but they do seem to match with other people that I've seen on the trail too. So this method may not work exactly for you, but it might be a good framework to start with, especially if you are newer to backpacking or through hiking. So let's start off with how much food to bring on your trip. So I find that most people, maybe not everyone, but I know especially for myself, my appetite goes down for the first few days of a trip. Like I may be able to go out hiking a long hike during the week and be able to consume quite a bit of calories, but as soon as I'm backpacking, something about it, I just can't consume as much. Like my stomach shuts down. So it is important to get enough calories, but a lot of people tend to panic and be like, oh no, I'm going to be doing all this exercise. I'm going to need so much food that they way overpack the amount of food they need, when really they probably will only consume less than what they would in their normal lives. So start out with, okay, how much food do I consume in my normal life, and stick close to that. If I'm doing a regular, maybe shorter amount of miles, I'll just start out with about 2,000 calories a day. When I went on the PCT this past summer, I knew I was going to be starting out averaging around 25 miles a day, maybe 23 to 25, and like I knew I had to get in more calories than that. So I started off with 2,500 calories a day, which I know that really is not enough. Uh, Generally, however many miles you plan on hiking a day, like take that number, multiply it by 100, and that's about how many calories you'll be burning. If there's a lot of elevation change, then that number definitely goes up, but it's a nice framework to start with. So 25 miles a day times 100, that's 2,500 calories. So adding that to my normal basal metabolic rate, or how many calories I normally would be burning a day if I was at rest, about 1,500, that puts me at saying, oh, I should be consuming a good 4,000 calories a day, but I just can't do that. I cannot get it in my system. So I start off with 2,500 and then just work really hard to even get in that 2,500 a day. Now I do that for the first 3 days because my stomach shuts down for about 3 days, and that's pretty common. By day 4 though, my appetite starts to come back and your body starts to adjust to actually needing those calories. So by day 4, I'll take the calories up by about 500 calories. So day 4, usually a day 4 through 6, so 4, 5, and 6, like this past summer, I did 3,000 calories. So 3,000 calories for 3 days in a row. After those first 6 days, you'll feel your metabolism start to shoot up again. So by day 7, I added another 500 calories, so 3,500 calories a day. After that day 7, though, it's a lot harder to notice when exactly that metabolism jump is. So then I really just kind of play it by ear. If I'm out on the trail longer than that, when I start feeling like, you know what, I need to pack more calories, then go to the store and just pack some more calories. So, some things that I've noticed if you don't carry enough calories, especially at the beginning, you may not notice it too much. You're not going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm starving, I'm going to die. Like, you're going to be fine. You're going to survive those first 3 days. What I usually notice, at least for myself, is that I will start to become emotional though. Like my first section on the AT, I realized I was eating a little over 1,000 calories, like maybe 1,200 calories a day. And I was like, I'm fine, I'm happy. And by day 4, you just want to cry. And it's like, what is wrong with me? Because it really does affect your emotions if you're not getting enough. So if you're starting to feel emotional like that, with what's wrong with me, I'm tired, I can't walk any further, it's okay to stop and eat some food. Like, I guarantee you, like, a lot of times if you're feeling down like that, just stop and eat a snack. It's amazing what a snack will do for your morale because your body literally needs it. So, something newer that I started paying attention for myself is to pay attention to your macronutrients. I know you'll hear a lot of people say, are you getting enough protein? Are you getting enough protein? That's really kind of what I'm talking about when you're getting enough macronutrients. You've got your 3 main macronutrients: proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. Your carbohydrates, they are your body's preferred source of energy. You need to have some carbohydrates. This is not the time to try out a keto diet. I mean, maybe you're welcome to try it for short-term trips, but if you're doing like a long through hike, most people don't usually make it. Not saying you can't, but I have seen people on the trail that's just like, oh my gosh, I'm eating lots of calories and I'm still just losing weight, and I hear what they're eating, like, oh, you don't have any carbs in your diet to fuel your muscles, and carbs are also the only fuel for your brain, so you need carbs. That is your energy. Proteins are going to help your muscles rebuild themselves. Fats are going to help your body absorb different nutrients. They're going to help regulate your hormones, cell growth, whatever. They got lots of stuff for that. So when it comes to um, endurance sports, and let's face it, backpacking, through hiking, whatever, it's an endurance sport. They recommend, or scientists, nutritionists, uh, recommend that endurance sports, you get approximately 15 to 25% of your calories from proteins and around 50 to 65% from carbs, and the rest are from fats. So if you're just focusing on the proteins, I try to focus on getting at least about 18% protein, so ranging from 2,500 to 3,500 calories. That's around 114 to 134 grams of protein a day. If you eat meat, it's going to be really easy to get on those protein grams, but I definitely had to be very careful and pay attention to where I got those calories from. So, some other things you might want to consider is how you eat on the trail. Now, I know a lot of people in real life, you have 3 meals: breakfast, lunch, dinner, and maybe a couple snacks in there. When you're trying to consume 3,500 plus calories, it's really hard to get in that many calories in just 3 meals. Plus, if you stuff your stomach full of food, then trying to put a backpack on and have your backpack sit on all that food, it gets very uncomfortable and just makes you sick and you don't want to hike anymore. Also, it expands your stomach. So when you get into town, you'll see people that hiker hunger and I ate the whole pizza. Even when I get hiker hunger, since I like to snack constantly to help keep those calories in, I don't end up stretching out my stomach, and so I have an easier time, adjusting and getting in those calories. So eating constantly throughout the day will help you get in those calories. So like I like a lot of snacks. I eat a lot of snacks and particularly bars, probably not the best, but that's what I like and that's what I eat. I found though that like I when I first started backpacking, I was kind of trained like you have breakfast, you have dinner, and then you just snack the whole day and you don't bother about lunch. But now I've gone back to incorporating lunch just because even with snacks, I have a hard time getting in enough calories throughout the day. So breakfast, um, always snacks, lunch, or some snacks, lunch, more snacks, dinner. In those snacks, I like to have nuts and seeds. So I've gotten some healthy fats. I love to have some sort of quick carb. When I didn't care as much about what I would eat, then examples in the past, I used to love Cheez-Its, nice quick carb for your body to quickly digest. So when you're just feeling that like later in the day low, it can help you boost up real quick. Now I prefer more like fruit, dried fruit. I'm just trying to be healthier as of late. And so that dried fruit can also have that same quick pick me up carb boost. So, a couple of tips if you are new to backpacking. See, the first one, try bringing a variety of foods. Have something salty, something sweet, something crunchy, something soft and squishy, maybe something sour. Just have a variety because you don't always know exactly what your body's going to want. Like I found that it's like, okay, I love these peppermint power bars, but when it's hot outside, I don't want peppermint power bars. I only want them when they're cold. It's like, well, good to know. And a lot of people go out on the trail, they're like, yep, I want all these things. And they get on the trail and suddenly, they have it once and then they never want to see it again. So have a variety of foods so you can really feel out what you want to eat. Tip number 2, be wary of trying out new foods on the trail and new styles of eating on the trail. I know I've had times where I was like, you know what? Peanuts. Peanuts are great. They're high in protein. They're low carb. I'm just gonna pack peanuts for the day. And after several hours of eating or of hiking, my body could no longer handle peanuts. Peanuts are very high fat, and if your body, aka my body, was not used to having that much fat, I couldn't digest it. So by the end of the day, I was exhausted. I couldn't keep hiking. I was struggling to hike. I had to keep hiking to get back. And it's like, I'm so hungry, but these peanuts are giving me an upset stomach because I'm not used to eating it. And I've heard plenty of people like, oh, I've never tried this before, let's try it. Oh, now it's an upset stomach. So if you're used to eating a certain way, try and stick closer to that way. Don't try out all new, brand new foods that you've never tried before. So, if you really want to know exactly what I ate and the approximate calories of the different meals, I'll probably do that as a separate video because it's more vegan based, and not everyone cares about how to eat vegan. So I will save that for a different video. Otherwise, I hope this video helped give you some ideas of how you would like to pack for the trail. Good luck.